All right. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to STEM Week 2023. We're really excited that you're here to talk to the cybersecurity panel that we have. We have some alumni students and a current professor in our cybersecurity area. If you have questions, you can post them in the chat. If you do not want to say them, we can read them and get your questions answered for you. Remember, I'll be putting in a survey in the link along with the QR code. If you fill out that survey, it will let your professor know that you have attended. It will also put you in for a chance to win some gift certificates that will be given out on Friday. So once you do that, you'll be eligible for those gift certificates. So again, I want to thank everyone for coming today. We know everybody has busy schedules, but this is going to be a great topic for everyone who's interested in the cybersecurity area. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce Professor Patricia Okorie. She is a full-time faculty in the Technology, Engineering, and Construction Department at Prince George's Community College. She currently is the coordinator of the cybersecurity programs, whose goals involve attracting more underrepresented groups to the field of cybersecurity and STEM. She primarily teaches courses in cybersecurity, cloud computing, networking, operating systems, and a lot of other courses. Whatever we ask her to do in cybersecurity, she's always willing to step up and help along. And to that, she belongs to numerous professional organizations, and she wears many, many hats. She's a mother, an employee, a caregiver, a student, a daughter, a mentor, and a volunteer. And I'm sure many of you students have had her for your professor and know that she has an open door policy and she's always willing to help you. She is passionate about uplifting others by providing them opportunities that will greatly help them attain both their academic and career goals. I thought about introducing the students, but then I thought it would be much more effective to actually let them talk about their journey that they did at Prince George's Community College and where it has taken them and where they are now. So without further ado, Ms. Samuel, if you'd like to introduce yourself, you can please go ahead.
Hi, my name is Lucy Samuel. I'm a former student of Prince George's Community College, and I later transferred to Western Governors University. And I'm currently working at Cisco as a cybersecurity analyst.
So let me ask a couple quick questions. Do you have any certifications? Some of the students might be interested to know if you have any certifications.
Yes, I have the Security Plus certification, CEH Practical, Network Plus, and AZ 500, Azure Security Engineer.
Wow. So did you take some of those courses at Prince George's Community College, or were most of those courses when you went on for your BS?
Yeah, I did the Security Plus, I did at PG Community College. And then when I did internship for some period, that was when I did the CEH Practical and then the Azure Security Engineer.
So did you get your certification while you were still at Prince George's, or did you wait until after you?
It was after I did the course, then after I got the certification.
Oh, very good. All right, perfect. Thank you. And Mr. Alhassan, you can certainly go ahead now.
All right, so I'm Laique Alhassan. I am a former student of actually Professor Patricia Okorie. That was, I think, 2012, 2013. Then it was computer security. So this was the class, the CIS, I think 1620. I still have a recommendation letter from her, so I remember the dates. So my time at PGCC was, I think, was really great because a lot of the courses I did, Professor Patricia's course, which was the cybersecurity, which was translated to the Security Plus. But then I took some other Cisco courses at PGCC, and I did not move forward to getting certifications in the security area. I just went for the Amazon AWS solutions architect that also includes security. After my course at PGCC, I transferred to UC, now GC, I think. They changed it recently. And I joined their cybersecurity program, and I had my bachelor's in cybersecurity from there. All my courses from PGCC Trans, they accepted all the credits actually, so it helped me complete faster. I got a job within the cybersecurity space, but I was more of a security engineer. So I had a Linux backgrounds, a little coding. So I was mostly focused on security engineering and the cloud space. Currently, I pivoted a little bit into management. So I coach, I did project management for a little bit, and then I moved into the agile space. So I'm an agile coach. I coach teams, organizations, startups in DC. Currently work for a startup that is based in Canada, and they have an office in Arizona. So I am working with that startup team to help them practice business agility.
Wow, that's incredible. Did you guys pick up on the one thing I did? How many of his credits transferred to his university? He said all of them. So every single course that he took at Prince George's Community College transferred to his 4-year degree. So he didn't have to start anything over at all. So that's something really good to know about. All right, Professor Okorie, you can take it from here.
Okay, everybody. Thank you, Ms. McCrary. I do appreciate everything. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to this exciting session. So yeah, we may have it as cybersecurity panel, but it does the IT in general. So we wanted to invite former students to come spend this time with us and hopefully encourage you if you're currently on the path toward cybersecurity or information technology, which is a broad field. So we felt as though inviting former students advantage of what Prince George's Community College can offer there. We do have a host of courses here, and many of them transfer to some universities and colleges around the area. Certifications are important. They've been helpful, and hopefully Ms. Samuel and Mr. Alhassan will be able to also shed some light on that. All right, so folks, I welcome you, our guest speakers. Thank you so much. It was not easy to take our time from your schedule and your work schedule and join us today. So I am very grateful to all the students who are joining this session. I am so grateful you could join us. Hopefully you would take something away from this session, something important. Right. Thank you.
So we did get our first question on the question and answer. Maybe we can start there and then some other questions, and then each of you can give your feedback. But they want to know, what computer languages do you have to know to be a successful security engineer?
My experience was around Linux, engineering, so command line language. That's just the term. You're working with a terminal. If you learn some Python, it's very powerful in that space also. But I was doing mostly concentrating on the Linux, working with firewalls, hardening systems. So it's you would have to be comfortable working in the command line space. You're not necessarily going to work with a lot of like interfaces in that space. So you would just want to get some Linux experience if you want to get into security engineering. At least from my route, that's what helped me a lot. Then I learned AWS architecture, so that really also helped. And in that space, I think AWS now has concentration on security, so you can actually get certified as an AWS cloud security engineer.
Great. Would you like to add anything to that, Lucy?
Yeah, that was what I had in mind, the Linux and the Python. I felt that those two, if you have even not a deep knowledge, but some knowledge, it helps a lot.
Thank you. So, Ms. McCrary, if you don't mind, one of the guests I just noticed has joined us, and that's Mr. Ariel Hawkins. And
okay, it looks like I think he's by phone. Is he by phone? So Mr. Hawkins, if you cannot appear on camera, that's fine. But if you'd like to introduce yourself and tell us kind of about your journey with Prince George's Community College and where you are now, we'd love to hear that.
Certainly. Can everybody hear me okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Hi, I cannot join by camera at the moment. My name is Riel Hawkins. I attended Prince George's Community College from like 2012 to 2014. I mainly took IT courses there and a few gen ed classes, and I am an oddball out from the panelists. I ended up getting a job because I like to run my mouth a lot at the library system and got promotions and references from there. I've only gotten one cert in my career so far, and that's been a Security Plus certification. I've worked for the Department of Defense. I've interned at a few other high-profile companies. I worked for HP. I worked for Capital One. I worked a few places just from headhunters hitting me up about different projects and different things they have going on. Something that's helped me in my career is that I really don't turn down work. I'll hop from opportunity to opportunity if it fits my current goal, whether that be money or more opportunity, or hey, I'm not so skilled in this area, let me go do that, even though they're not paying as much as I would like to make. So I've really just made my career work for me. And I could say on a level of like the scale of 1 to 10, how easy has my career been? I'd say about an 8, right? If you put in the effort, you will get the results you desire. If you're lazy, then, well, it won't work for you. But chances are really high if you can socialize and network, even if you don't have, quote, quote, the skill that they want on paper, you can always work your way in with somebody and then sort of what's his name? Professor Valdenblade used to say, you chew the information, meaning you study the company, their policies, their procedures, their tech day in and day out. You'll fit in and you'll look like you belong there. And so that's what my career has been, just socializing, networking, getting in, fitting in, and being valuable to different companies, and then leaving those companies once I've outgrown them or I would like a pay or career job change.
That's great. Great advice. Thank you very much. So, Professor Okorie,
Sure.
can you talk a little bit about like the certifications, and then perhaps Lucy and Laique, can you tell us, like, did you hit any roadblocks because you didn't have certifications, or, you know, letting students know that how important they are, not just to sit in a class, but to truly try to take advantage of anything the college offers you towards taking these certifications?
Yeah, the certifications is a good thing because it's like it opens the doors, because sometimes when you have a resume and like I hear them say that recruiters look at resumes for like just 7 seconds, 6 to 7 seconds. So when they are scanning through, they're scanning for maybe your experience, your resume, your certification and all that. So when they see what they're looking for, that's like a door opener. And sometimes when you go for an interview, that's something you can talk about. And it really is a door opener. So it's not the main thing, but it does open, because first of all, they haven't seen you before. They don't know you, they're just looking at the paper. So what is gonna move them to call this person on the phone and say, hey, we wanna interview you?
You brought up something so great with the resume. Is I've hiring faculty have looked at a lot of resumes and so many times people do not update them according to the job you're applying for. So if you were applying for a job in AWS, the first thing you'd want on the top of that resume is, I'm AWS certified. I don't want to read through 4 pages of a resume and on the very bottom you say AWS certified, because by then I've, like she said, 7 seconds, I've lost my attention. So it's very important that you put the job you're applying for and their major criteria, you let them see that up front. so that they say, wow, this student is A, B, and C, exactly what I'm looking for. So that was really good advice, Lucy. Anybody, any of the other students or Professor Okorie?
Yeah, I think certifications, like Samuel said, that's what helps you get selected to be spoken to, because they receive a lot of, I have a lot of network with recruiting firm, like recruiting, folks, and I have colleagues of mine who are actually technical recruiters also, and they would tell me things like, even with like your LinkedIn, there are ways you have to like present yourself and your certifications, and even your degrees also. Just make sure that those are very clear, and say like the intro or your professional summary, you should include those things in there, because that's what helps them select and filter through resumes to decide on who to pick. In my career, certifications became more important as, like, when I started, I got an internship with UMBC Engineering Center. That was how it started. So I got an internship over there working with a professor who was a director of the engineering program for those doing their PhD. So they would get funding to do research. So I helped maintain the systems that hold the data. So that helped a lot. And that moment, I did not have any certification. I only had my degree and my transcript from PGCC and a degree from University of Maryland, University College. So that internship would lasted for like probably 6 months. And then I got my first job in DC as a security engineer. So leaving there, that was when I figured I needed to get certifications. So the first one I had was the AWS certification. Worked in that space for some time. The cybersecurity, so there, I think somebody put a question about you need programming language. Not really. Under cybersecurity, you can do risk assessments. You work with Excel sheets, right? You go through a list of reports to analyze them, to make sure that they are scanned properly, the results are great based on the security policies. You can even help write security policies. So there are a lot of things within the cybersecurity space that do not need programming or very deep, say, computer skills, but you should understand security and networking. When I transferred I kind of shifted into management. That was when I started like piling up more certifications. So now I have almost 11 certifications, industry certifications, PMP, PMI, ACP, Agile coaching, Master's facilitator, and Scrum, Agile related certificates. Then I went ahead and got my master's in project management with UMUC. So you don't want to rush a lot into getting certifications. You want to get certifications that you need to support your goals. So that was something that I learned. So I started piling up a lot of certifications every time I needed to grow. So while you are in the industry, you start learning what you truly enjoy doing. Because right now you would think of things you want. And cybersecurity definitely, I think, in my view, is the fastest route. People do information technology, computer science. For me, I wasn't that great at maths. So computer science was not a route. Cybersecurity, it's like, if you look at a lot of jobs descriptions in the industry, when they put a lot of job description, they will give you minimum requirements. So they will say computer science or related programs or degrees. Cybersecurity fits into that. So I figured that was the route. I enjoyed security also at that time. So I went into getting cybersecurity. But now I kind of moved into like a little different direction, even though I still work with cybersecurity experts on my day-to-day job.
Thank you so much, Mr. Alhassan, for sharing all of that wonderful information. So what I wanted to say, or to add to what the wonderful guests have spoken or have stated, is that in terms of certifications, I do attend cybersecurity conferences, and this is where industry, the government, academia, they come together to kind of see what is down the horizon and try to make plans and prepare for what is down the line. And some of them do speak highly of certifications, especially if they have contracts with the federal government. Many federal jobs or federal agencies do list or have the stipulations for anybody to work on this project. You may need this and that and security clearance. So in the classrooms, we do try to encourage our students to get some certifications, at least as a way to open the door, get your feet at the door. And Prince George's Community College is wonderful. The tech department, we have all of these certifications. You know, we have the vouchers. Miss McCreary has been wonderful at providing all of this support to our students through some grant funded programs. We've been able to provide students sometimes zero cost. You know, for the vouchers, they need to take their Security Plus, Network Plus. Now we have Cloud Plus, we have Linux Plus, all of the CompTIA certifications and others. So yes, I agree with the guest that, you know, to get your foot out the door, and with Ms. McCreary, put that qualification or your credential, what we term as stackable credential. Get as much as you can while you're here, folks. Once you transfer, it may not always be that easy to acquire these things. So hopefully everybody can take some lessons from all of that. All right, so for some of I guess that they may need to leave a little early. From my understanding, their jobs call for that. So if you have some additional questions, you can ask Mr. Alhassan and Mr. Hawkins while they're still here.
There are some Q&As also. So a couple quick ones. Someone said, is it possible to have a career in this field without knowledge of computer languages?
Yes. I worked a lot with, and even currently I work with security folks that all they manage, say example, firewalls, and that's just a UI, a user interface. So you don't need to know how to code. I work with others that write security policies and those who do the assessments, and those don't require any programming language.
But if I may add something for the student to ask, thank you so much, Mr. Alhassan. Before you get to that point of being hired while you're in school, you may need to at least take a course in that. So please don't shy away from it. We do have resources to help students. Again, I see Mr. Alhassan speaking of at the job, at a career, when you get there, but the path towards getting there may require you to take a language like Python. This was stated earlier. You know, so take one of those or command line into like Linux. Unfortunately, we do have that in our department. We offer these. Students do not shy away, seek help, approach someone to help you along that path. Thank you.
Yes, and just I think I probably said that. Yeah, that's true. You need to learn these things because when you have a degree, there's this assumption that you have some basic knowledge. So you need to take all these courses to prepare yourself, because you don't want to, you know, not take these courses and then you're presented an opportunity and you just don't even have the basic skills. So you want to know it, but on the job, and even on the job, if you have the opportunity, I would say you learn, because that's what I did. It's a lot of things that was not in line with what I was doing, but I would spend time learning them because I knew it would help my growth.
All right, and we have another question. Someone wanted to know, did you take the CompTIA exams, and how was your experience with the exam, and how did you prepare for it? I know some of you kind of talked about it, but if you have a few more little tips, do note that I can add one thing, that Patricia Okorie, if you were a Security Plus student, she does offer some Security Plus boot camps. If I'm wrong, please correct me, in the summer that are through the Perkins grant or through a grant that are, I want to say the word, free of charge. And you do get a Security Plus voucher when you complete this boot camp. So she can fill you in on a little more of that as well.
Yes, students, Ms. McCreary, thank you very much. We do have such. It's funded by Perkins, and this is the boot camp that runs for 1 week, 40 hours, just about that. And here students are prepared for the Security Plus certification exam. You're provided the materials as well as the preparation you would need to take this exam. The success story has been tremendous for students who were serious about it or dedicated. So please, if you're interested in this field, reach out, seek information in this field. We have the resources you need to make this journey a little easier for you. So yeah, we offer things like that, free, even the materials you use to prepare your Security Plus. We do get some free access codes for our students. So this is to say that you should not let something like finances, discourage you from going through this path. We do have those resources. Meet any of us in the field and we will provide you the information you'll need to hang in there. All right. Thank you.
We did have a question about internships and stuff, but I don't see it appearing any longer. But just so you know, if you're in the Center for Advanced Technology building, all along the first hallway, there's always internship opportunities, there's always job opportunities, there's career fairs, there's all types of, resume writing, all types of normally free things that are just for all students, but they mostly focus on students in the STEM area. So it's very, very important that you stop by and look at those boards because there's a lot of good things. And so somebody also said, would any of the panelists be open to connecting with us on LinkedIn to learn more about their journeys?
Yes, definitely.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, I have to leave. I would share my LinkedIn information in the chat.
Okay.
It was nice.
You were very, very, very inspirational. We appreciate you being here, Mr. Hawkins. And look, if you ever think about coming back to Prince George's Community College, we're always looking for incredible adjunct professors. Always. And
I'll definitely consider that.
You'd be a role model for our students. So we're always looking for more adjuncts.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Right.
Thank you, Mr. Alhassan. We do appreciate this. You're spending this time with us.
Absolutely. I'm glad to be here.
All right, great. All right. So, okay, Mr. Hawkins also has to has to drop because the job calls for it. Mr. Hawkins, thank you very much for sharing that. Unless you have something else to say before you actually drop off.
Oh no, that would be it. I'm just grateful to be able to be a panelist. It's kind of cool to give back once in a while. And that is all I have for now. Bye for now.
Excellent. Thank you, Mr. Hawkins. Ms. Samuel, that leaves you. I believe one of the questions I saw earlier had to do with the CompTIA. If you recall your certification exams, what was instrumental in helping you pass your exams? Or what was that like for you?
With the exam, after I finished the Security Plus class, I took the boot camp in the summertime, but unfortunately I didn't pass at that time. So I went back to it. And I would say what helped me pass was going over the material. I used the Sec Plus book by Daryl Gibson. Yeah, I used that book. And then I went over the practical part because there was a program that I went to called Per Scholars. They had a program where they had Network Plus and Security Plus. So that was where I did those two certifications. I went over them again. So they had the practical part whereby went over everything, and it was a 3-month period, and I got 2 certifications out of it, the Network Plus and the Security Plus. But what I would say is going over and they had the labs for it, so going over the labs, and then when it comes to the questions, just trying to understand the questions, because CompTIA frames their questions in such a way, it's a little bit tricky, but if you understand the rationale behind it, you'll be able to ace it.
Excellent, thank you very much. Trying to see, and students, please feel free to type your questions if you have any or something you would like to know regarding the cybersecurity field. or the work that Ms. Samuel does,
We have
or
one
some
more.
information.
We do. Can you see the chat? Did you see the chat, Patricia? Or someone said, hello, everyone. My question is, can certifications without prior experience in the field get you a job?
I would say yes, it can, because there's this thing that without experience you can't get a job, and without a job you can't get experience. But there are well, for me, I had an internship, and then it helped me gain some knowledge. But then there are practical some of the courses that are taken in school, they have labs associated with it. So some labs are able to give you an idea of what you're gonna meet in the field. So it is possible.
Okay, so from my understanding, Ms. Samuel, you're stating that some of the hands-on work done at the school also helps prepare students for what they need at the workforce, what they're likely to encounter there.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that's what we try to encourage our students, that in terms of, and this relates to the question on the chat, how do I gain experience if I'm still in school? How do I do this? How do I do that? And we encourage them to take advantage of the internship programs. These serve or are recognized in the field as valid experience. If you learn something in the lab, put that in your resume. It's just a matter of learning how to craft it or phrase it well. And you do not need to claim that you're an expert in that field. Some familiarity or working knowledge of something. We live at a time where you have artificial intelligence, AI, scanning through a lot of these things and then searching for certain keywords. So your ability to incorporate all of these in your resume can get you an interview. And then at the interview, you'll be responsible for selling yourself. So thank you, Ms. Samuel. For the students, focus on those hands-on skills. Your labs, take advantage of internship programs that we post for students. And as Ms. McCreary stated earlier, if you go through the Center for Advanced Technology building on the first floor, or all around you, you're likely to see the boards where we have all these announcements and opportunities for students.
But sometimes, I don't know if any of you have gotten to see my little speech in class, but I like to say, getting your AA is your silver medal. Getting your certifications along with your AA is like getting the gold medal. It's like stepping from the one lower podium to the next podium. So it's a really great thing. Professor Okorie, I think, can you talk to the students about some of the exciting things that the college is working on, like the SOC lab? Students may not know about it, but it's really exciting.
Yes, Ms. McCurry, this is great. So the Security Operations Center, we are just, it's been in the works for some time, but we're about finishing up with this. This would provide the opportunity for students to play this role. You hear much about competitions and all of that, defending networks. So this would present an opportunity for students to play both the attack and defense. You will be guided and coached and gain some hands-on skills. There are actually positions called SOC analysts or Security Operations Center analysts that is quite lucrative out there just now. That's searching for people with such knowledge. And if Ms. Samuel, if you've heard anything about this, feel free to pitch in here. But
yeah, I'm actually working as a SOC analyst right now with Cisco. Because that was like this. That's what I'm doing currently. So it involves working on the blue team, working as a defense, trying to fight threats and trying to fight threats in the infrastructure or in the company. So mainly there are tools such as Splunk, Snort, and other. Mainly what I use is Splunk, and it gives visibility to the endpoints, like all the endpoints in the system. It gives visibility to it. It tells you what is going on when the system is communicating with a malicious IP, and then we are able to use it to track those things. So that's.
That That is so exciting. Do students hear this? All of these students that you're talking to on the panel, you know, they all started at Prince George's Community College. That's where they all started, and look where they are now. So I don't think you guys understand how lucky you guys have in the experience that you're getting by starting here at Prince George's Community College and being able to take advantage of our incredible professors and all of the equipment and everything that you have. So that's really nice to hear, Ms. Samuel. I
I
think
also wanted to add, Barbara, that we do have also student organizations under the cybersecurity umbrella. We have the, Gen Cyber program. We do have the Hackerspace Club. They usually meet on Fridays. This is a place where we are currently trying to, provide a platform for our students to prepare for some of these to serve as SOC analysts as well. We'll move that. We have the red team, the creative, and the blue team. The red team envision that as the attackers, the threat, the threat out there that we deal with, and then the defense would be the blue team trying to defend the systems. All along, cybersecurity had focused more on defending networks against attacks. But at some point, you have to also learn the methods of the attackers. So you play the role playing or simulation, you do that. And we provide tabletop exercises. This is also a platform for students to play the bad guy, and then we have the other students defend the system. It's really fun. We're trying to incorporate so many things. We have women in cybersecurity programs or girls in cyber. Recall that we're trying to bring in underrepresented groups into the STEM field. And these are all, programs to attract everyone into the field. It's lucrative, in terms of financially rewarding. So do you have professors here and staff that are willing to assist you achieve your goals? We have students, former students, who are willing to come back and speak and discuss these things and answer your questions. So yeah, we're here for you at Prince George's Community College. All right.
so. Another student asked, can you put some information for the boot camp classes, or do you know when you'll have more information on them?
Oh, so if you're currently in any of the technology classes, then you would be maybe at the end of this month. We have a coordinator for the vouchers we use for the cybersecurity, for the Security Plus and boot camp, and this is Professor Shade Adeleke. So she would at some point inform us when the dates are all set and scheduled, and this information we relate to our students in the classrooms. So please, if you're currently in taking any technology class or course, especially the cybersecurity area, do inquire from your professor or instructor occasionally or periodically. Ask them, hey, I heard there's something called Security Boot Camp. I know that as soon as the info is all scheduled, I do share that with my students. I do encourage them to apply. And yeah, and it's often in June. And Ms. McCreary, correct me if I'm wrong about this. It's often in June after the spring semester.
Yep, usually the first and second week of June. Or second and third week of June.
Absolutely.
Right.
So
if you guys had any of those professors and you haven't heard anything by like the second week of May or third week of May, you might want to reach out, just an email, but be patient. It might take a couple of days to get back, but just say that you're interested in the Security Plus boot camps. Is Professor Godson, he does the Hackerspace Club, correct?
He does the Hackerspace Club. He's the faculty advisor for Hackerspace Club, and he has some co-faculty advisors as well. We have Dr. Tom Levick that occasionally comes to. We have him actually coming on March 18th. He is going to do some Metasploit with the students. So that's looking to be really interesting. Right now, they've installed some virtual machines on the computers, and they're going to be using these to practice some real life hands-on skills or situations. I think you said somebody asked a question about the clubs.
They asked about, I put in the thing, they wanted to know what is the name of the club that is focused on the blue team? I'm assuming that's just the Hackerspace Club. I put the whole all the information. So someone said, how how would I would like to join the club. I did put Professor Godson's email in there. So all you have to do is reach out and he will let you know when the next meeting is. They're usually, am I wrong, Fridays in the afternoon. So definitely. All right. Someone said, what advice do you have for older students changing careers that don't have the time or ability to accept internships?
Who's the question addressed?
They said, what advice do you have for older students changing careers that don't have the time or ability to accept internships?
I would say depending on which career, which course that you're doing, because there is sometimes there is depending on the field that you want to go into, because if you want to go into the GRC space or the other careers where you don't want to, like somebody mentioned that they don't want to learn, or they feel that they don't want to learn programming, or because sometimes it is possible, like it is possible to get a job without the internship. The internship is not the only way, but it is possible. It's just networking, like being able to like when you they have this conferences that you can attend. Some of them, like SANS, have their webcasts, they have their conferences, and over there you can network. Like once you have your LinkedIn, the LinkedIn is the main opportunity to network. Like once you have your LinkedIn app, you can learn more about how to optimize it. Once it is optimized, it can serve as a place for networking, so that the once it's well set up, it will attract recruiters, and then they will be reaching out. And then when you go on like a conference, like the SANS webcast and the SANS conferences, the summits they have, it's usually free and it's online. So once you are there, you can network with other participants at the webcast and network. And somebody might be a recruiter, somebody might be or a headhunter, and they can communicate with you. And once they see your LinkedIn, that can be a way for you to directly get you in contact with the hiring manager.
Thank you, Ms. Samuel. I also wanted to add to that, to the question that was asked about older students changing careers that don't have the time for or the ability to accept internships. Now, changing careers, again, you were not specific. If it's coming into cybersecurity field, I did mention if you're taking these courses to focus, try to gain the hands-on skills. Those are going to help you with your resume or boost your resume in terms of some of those experiences you could have gotten from your internship programs. So learn that, okay, so we're providing the SOC analyst, the Security Operations Center, things like that. Also, we try to incorporate that during the class. Any instructor can incorporate that into their sessions. So having that opportunity to gain your skills or hone your skills through those channels would go a long way into filling up those gaps you would have otherwise gotten from an internship program. I'm also looking to, or we're actually looking to inviting some people from the industry. We have at the MVA, this area, I'm saying, yeah, the DMV area, District of Columbia, Maryland, and Virginia. We see that we are the center, the corridor of all these tech companies. So what I'm looking to do is to invite guests from these companies to come conduct presentations with our students. In the past, it had worked well, where they were willing to provide some opportunities for our students, not necessarily only internships, but some other ways. So please reach out to the instructors, reach out to me, and I can provide you some resources regarding your question. I see another question. How can we learn more about the SOC lab that was talked about earlier? You can learn more. Again, you're welcome, Cornell. If regarding the SOC, we're putting the finishing touches on it currently. Once that's done, we are going to advertise it heavily. If you're currently taking any classes in the CAT building or Center for Advanced Technology, on the first floor, once you enter that building, and if you're going into the main office, which is room 129, this SOC center is on your right side. Once you enter the building and walk in toward room 129, it's on the right-hand side at the center where we used to have the Financial Empowerment Center. Look inside, you would see that is being set up, but I can guarantee you we'll advertise it, we'll post information about it. Instructors would speak about this. And you can always feel free to ask or inquire about it, okay? So that is SOC Lab, SOC, Security Operations Center. So Ms. Samuel, just what is your daily work like?
Well, my daily work is basically monitoring the network to see if there is something going wrong. The SOC is, they use AWS Cloud, and they use Splunk Cloud. So that's mainly going into the console and seeing what's any anomalies that we usually get. We have ServiceNow is a ticketing system whereby the tickets come through the ServiceNow, and then when it comes in, it gives you details about the alert, like the SIM has picked up the SIM has picked up an alert, so it gives you the details. So we go in there and go into more detail and search what the alerts is about. And then if it's something that I have to do a threat hunt, I do a threat hunt. If there's something that I have to escalate, I escalate. But that's mainly what it involves.
That's interesting. Thank you. So what, if I may ask, is the highlight of your work? What keeps you excited about working in this field?
What keeps me excited is that I look at the bigger picture, is that I'm working to prevent the bad actors from causing damage, like causing data to be leaked or data to be exfiltrated. And then the fact that I'm helping to protect my company's data, that's what I look at, the big picture. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. What is the financial compensation like in this field? I'm not asking you to divulge any specific information with us,
what
but
I
for
would
those...
say is, the financial compensation is good. It's really good, and it depends on it depends from each company to it depends from company to company, but mostly it varies, because sometimes you hear in different states they have a different amount or dollar amount, but it is a lucrative field. That's what I would say.
Okay, thank you. I was also thinking the courses you took from us, you said after Prince George's Community College, there was West Governors University. Did they take most of your courses? By the way, did you finish your associate degree with us, or you just transferred before that?
I transferred to Western Governors, and yes, they did take about 70% of my my courses that I transferred from here. They did take them.
Okay. Do you feel as though you were well prepared here for their school?
Yes, I was very well prepared. I was very well prepared. When I went there, it was like only a few things that I had to do, and then hopefully I'll be finishing up with them by October.
Okay. Sounds wonderful. Thank you. I think we have something on the chat.
We did, I forgot. Dr. Stansberry, who was the dean, he wrote yes.
Okay.
The
Oh, okay.
dean was very impressed with the information that from everyone, from all the speakers, and he just wanted to make sure that you were aware, and that comes from the dean of the Science, Technologies, and Engineering division. Right. So we are coming down to the end for this session to be over, because there is another one there's another session that starts at 12. Again, I want to remind you in the chat, there is a place to go in and do the evaluation. And from doing the evaluation, if you're instructor, some instructors would give you credit if you showed up. You're also going to be entered in a drawing to win lots of different gift cards. I don't know what they are. They're probably anywhere from $5, $10, $15, but anything free I would take. So please make sure you do that. Reach out to any of the names that were listed. Yeah, you have a quick question about the survey? Samuel did. Will this recording be made available? Joseph, do you know if the recordings were made available?
Nerica is going to be the one, either her or Cyrus will be the ones
Okay.
Disseminating it. Yep.
Okay.
Muted. Muted.
Oh, Barbara, you're muted. I don't know if you were speaking.
I was talking to myself, you know, to hear my voice. Yes, the recordings will be shared, and we'll let you know later, because you will all also be getting a certificate of attendance, I think. So they will have all of your information on file, those that are managing this. Samuel, I don't think I can turn on your mic. Can you type it really quickly? I'm sorry. These are webinars, so we can't normally. I'm sorry. How do you access the survey? I'm sorry, it's up in the link. I'll put it, I will.
Yeah. Well, you see, this semester, I'm not really taking any STEM classes. I'm just taking an art class. So here it says course taken / recommending attendance. What am I supposed to put?
It's okay, as long that just you can whatever you click. I'm not sure, I've never seen the survey, so whatever you want to put in there, it's fine. It's just they just need your name and the most important part of your email. That's just information they like to collect. So if you're not currently taking the class, you can just say that you weren't currently taking the class. That's fine.
Or I can just put no answer.
Yep, that's fine. Yep, you can do that as well.
And by the way, what are these gift cards for anyway?
I'm not sure. They're all different. They're all different types. They're all different kinds. Could be anything from a bookstore to maybe a Subway card, something I'm not sure. But I'll take, if I was a student, doesn't matter what they give me. If something is free, I take it and say thank you.
And what's the name of this event?
This is a cybersecurity panelist. All right, so again, I want to thank everybody for coming. Remember to, if you want to get part of this, the hackerspace, you can get in there. That's when you're going to find out all the stuff about the Great SOC Lab. You'll be the first one to find out about the Security Plus courses. The more you get involved, the more you find out the information, because let me tell you, those Security Plus boot camps fill up fast. So you don't want to wait till the last minute, but the more you get involved, the more you're going to know. All right, everybody have a beautiful day. Enjoy spring break Monday.
Thank you all for joining us. Have a wonderful semester. Please feel free to reach out.
All right, have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Lucy. Thank you, Patricia, Okorie.
Oh,
thank you, Joseph.
Miss Lucy Samuel, for joining us.
You.
Really appreciate it. Bye.